News coming up next. After the news, it's Dave and Dave go head to head. The backwards talking Daves.
This is going to be off
massive.
the chain,
it's
dude.
Massive. Zan's Dave. Remember we promised it to you a couple of weeks ago. Zan's Dave, which we discovered, and the American backwards talking Dave that they had on Sunrise and whatever.
That phony.
We're going to see how he goes up against our Australian Dave. But we need a phrase, a good phrase, to put to them. Text us, 1975 7555. What's the phrase that our Dave and American Dave should talk backwards about?
Award-winning radio. That's mine, but I mean, that might not win.
Multi-award-winning radio.
Multi-award-winning
here on
radio.
Triple J. Yeah. Right.
No.
Text us, 1975 7555. Yeah. Thank you very much. Is that all right?
Yeah, that's a good
I just
idea.
wanted to check that was all right. News coming up next. Geez, some of the suggestions for the backward days. They're going head-to-head after the 4 o'clock news. I mean, to finally, once and all, settle who is the best backwards talker. Is it Aussie backwards Dave or the American bloke who was on Sunrise?
There've been some great suggestions.
Thank you so much. The cheese is old and mouldy.
I don't need a lover. I just want to dance with my shirt off.
Yeah, she sells seashells by the seashore.
Greg Wales, who is our live music producer here at Triple J, had a great one, which was, I did not have sexual relations with that woman, which I thought was great. A little bit of, very lateral look at the term back talk.
This is Trophy Award-winning Topshelf Radio. Oh, well, not until we get a trophy, but yes, thank you very much. Everything is as blind as a cat.
Jay from Geelong, and this is said a lot in Geelong, a piece of flake and minimum chips.
Or, I don't need a lover, I just want to dance with my shirt off. Look, we're going to choose one after the news. The backwards Dave blokes are going to be in going head-to-head, but right now it's 4 o'clock news time.
100 years later. I got it. It says E-C-O-E. Listen. S-H-and-L. I don't get it. I don't either. Now let's mix up all of the letters. Wait a minute. Wow.
Someone that looks pretty, I fall in love.
Yes, thanks for choosing the award-winning radio of Top Shelf this afternoon. Hey, coming up, who is the best backwards talker on the globe?
Battle Royale to the death!
Is it Aussie backwards Dave or American backwards David? We're going to find out very soon when they go head-to-head in a match to the death here on Top Shelf. Please welcome in a man that you would recognise from Zan's show over the last few weeks, a guy who's gone from zero to hero in a very short amount of time. Backwards Dave, how are you, sir?
Yeah, pretty good. How are you?
Now, how are you feeling? Because a couple of weeks ago, we heard about this American backwards David, who was suddenly hitting, he was on Sunrise and he's been on other radio stations, and, we were just going, well, what's going on here? Is he edging in on your territory? We thought, let's end it once and for all. What are we going to do? We're going to have the Dave off match to the death. How are you feeling about it?
Yeah, should be alright. Looking forward to it.
Sound like a true sportsman. I like it. Yeah.
Because this guy claims to be the world's best backwards talker. This is claim. It's outlandish.
Is he just trying to psych you out?
I think so, yeah. He's a faster to you by spelling, but not phonetically, though.
Yeah, okay. Can I ask you how your life has changed since that amazing moment on national radio just several weeks ago, where you joined Zanro and Bernie Hobbs on the microphone and astounded the country with your backwards talking abilities?
I've been getting quite a few people in my Facebook group, and people from Canada have been writing to me and stuff. What about now you're a young fella at uni. What about with the ladies? Is there a bit of whisper my name backwards? Any of that stuff going on? No, not yet. What if you were to see a girl named Phyllis and you're at a dance party, you wanted to impress her, and you went up and whispered her name backwards? What would she hear in her ear if her name was Phyllis? Phyllis? Yeah. Phyllis.
Okay. What about hey Phyllis, you're hot?
Start away, Phyllis. Yeah. They just go, we've got to get a new dealer. We need a new drug dealer.
Get us out of here.
I'm in the hole.
Backwards Dave is in. Hang about just a few minutes because we're going to get the American backwards talking David on the line.
And I use big air quotation marks when I hear backwards David together.
From California. And look, thank you to everybody who's been texting in suggestions for what they have to say backwards. Here's a few of the other ones that have been coming in. What is this shit? Triple J has changed. No, that was just a complaint.
That was in reference to a song that's 6 years old.
Yeah. Dearie me. What have we got in there? Go hang a salami. I'm a lasagna hog. Not sure what that means, but thank you very much for that. Appreciate it. The pathetic stench from the bilge became overpowering.
This is a good one. What's he asking? Tell him he's dreaming.
Yeah, nice one. I bet my Wookiee. Phrase should be MC Hammer loves chili con carne.
And my personal favourite is when I think of David Koch, I touch myself.
Okay, we're going to choose one of those and throw it up against the two Davids in just a few minutes' time, and one of them is going to come back victorious.
We're going to have the results.
The greatest backwards talker in the world.
And because we're multi-award winning, we've got awards to give the winner.
Isn't it great? A few left over.
Yeah.
Top Shelf. It's about 22 after 4. Robbie Buck, Scott Dooley with you across the land. And recall a couple of weeks ago we were saying, well, let's get Backwards Dave, who you heard on Zan's show, and American Backwards Dave together and have a bit of a chat.
Yeah, the challenge.
A bit of a challenge together. Hello, American Backwards David.
Hola. Hello.
Mr. Backwards. How are you, sir?
I'm doing great. Good afternoon.
And say hello to our very own Australian lad, Dave, here as well. By some strange coincidence, you both share the same name. I don't know if that's by default or design, but it's kind of freaky as well.
Well, hello or hola, Yvette. Hello.
Hey, David. Maybe the loser has to change his name as well.
Yeah. Now, before today, this was a very lonely ability. I'm glad that you found Dave.
Yeah,
well, I was going to say that. I mean, have people sort of, after hearing that you've got this ability, sort of come out of the woodwork and said, look, I can do it as well? To you as well, David?
Surprisingly, not too many. It's, it's just one of those strange things that every now and then somebody says they can do it, but I actually haven't met anybody that could do it with the same speed.
Yeah, well, look, it's
interesting to meet Dave.
It's going to be a very small convention, just the two of you, but it's going to be fantastic. This afternoon,
we'll go to an island somewhere and start a new language.
Now, David, as in American David, you claim to be the best backwards talker,
the fastest
backwards talker in the world.
Yeah, well, there's not too many of us, so yes.
Okay, well, the crown is up for grabs this afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. Here at the challenge on Top Shelf, who will be the fastest or best backwards talker this afternoon? Now, we have a phrase for you. People from across the nation here in Australia, Mr. Backwards, have been sending in their heartfelt suggestions for what to say, and the judges have chosen, if you could please, get your hands off my juicy hamburger. We might go for Australian Dave first.
Okay, agrement isus yam posna roy steak.
So get your hands off my juicy hamburger. American Dave, do you want to give it a go?
Roy Sanafo Yamytsiach Regrupma.
All right. Okay, now anyone can just say that gibberish backwards, but what we should do is we should test if it can be played forwards.
Well, I think
the way I do it is I say the spelling backwards. I'm not reversing the sound.
Right, okay. Well, what we're going to do is we're going to stick it into a little machine, and are you able to hang on for a few minutes for us, American Dave?
What I'm saying is mine won't come out sounding forward because it's not a reversal of sounds, it's a reversal of spelling.
Oh, no. Wow. Okay, well, we're going to have to go. Can you hang on for a few minutes, and we'll stick it in the reversal machine. And be that as it may, we'll still have to see what the outcome is for the Backwards this afternoon. We've got American Mr. Backwards on the phone from California today, and our own very Australian Dave here for a little bit of backwards competition here on Triple J. Triple J, we are having a Dave off today.
Round two, we're back in. Second half, change hands.
Mr. Backwards, David Fuhrer, on the phone from California, who you might have seen on the telly and a few radio stations around the place, and our very own backwards talking Dave, that you would have heard on Zan's show as well today. Now, David, American David, that is, you've got the Guinness World Record for backwards talking, yeah?
Yes, indeed.
We did say that there weren't very many people around to compete against. How do you actually get a Guinness record for it?
I'm sorry. I got the record. There was a guy in England actually who had read all the lyrics to Queen's album "The Night at the Opera." And so I was able to read them faster than him, and I had the record in 10 minutes and 14 seconds.
Oh, my gosh.
But it's a little different, than what I normally do, which is sort of this spontaneous, you throw me out a word or a phrase or a tongue.
So do you do this for a living?
Fortunately, no.
Okay.
I do invent toys and games for a living. That's what I do in my real life.
Yeah, that's your day job, is it?
That's my day job. I create products.
Because we were just hoping that maybe there was a new career here for our Australian backwards Dave.
Well, he could play my new backwards game, which is in Australia. He could be.
There you go.
Be the world champ.
Yeah. Well, let's go. Speaking of the game, let's just see
who won
the competition. If you've just joined us, we have our very own Australian backwards talking Dave and the American Mr. Backwards on the phone. We thought, let's go head to head. It's Australia versus America here. The Olympics of backwards talking here on Top Shelf Radio this afternoon. Who is able to do it best? Now, we want you to vote. Okay, I'm going to play for you in just a second. Our fantastic tech team we're talking about Greg and Linda, have been working manically during that song to get it reversed so that you can hear it in its reversal. You can text us 1975 7555. Either they both got the same name. It's hard.
Yeah. And we don't want to bias it by going Australia or America. We don't want that bias. So let's do
Dave for Australian Dave, or David for American Mr. Backwards David. Okay, 1975 7555. Let's replay the audio for you and decide who is the world backwards talking champion. Get your hands off my juicy hamburger. We might go for Australian Dave first.
Okay. Get your hands off my juicy hamburger.
So get your hands off my juicy hamburger. American Dave, do you want to give it a go? And there it is, Australia. Congratulations to both of you. The votes come rolling in. American Mr. Backwards. Do you want to hang around while the votes are compiled?
Sure.
You're a good man, a great sport, I have to say. Is it Dave, as in Australian Dave, or our American Mr. Backwards? Right, David, 1975 7555. Let's count the votes this afternoon for the world backwards talking champion. You're on Triple J. Oh, what a competition. It's unbelievable. It's about 24 to 5. Hey, if you've just joined us, we are having a bit of a Dave off today. Mr. Backwards in America, he's on the line, aren't you, sir?
I am here.
Yes, good. And we also have Aussie Backwards Dave as well, that you may remember from Zan's show. We thought, hey, let's get them together and see what they can do.
Let's see what's going to happen.
And so we gave them a little bit of a phrase to do backwards. And here it is. We put our music team in there who have reversed it so you can hear it. And here was the challenge. Get your hands off my juicy hamburger. We might go for Australian Dave first.
Okay. Get your hands off my juicy hamburger.
So get your hands off my juicy hamburger. American Dave, do you want to give it a go? All right, okay, there it is. And the votes are in, ladies and gentlemen. And American Dave, I'm sorry to tell you, but it seems, and the winner is Australia. Thank you, sir, for joining us, though. Are we going to see you?
Take my hat off to Australian Dave.
Yeah. Are we going to see you in the country at all?
I hope to be there in the next couple of months.
Is there a chance to get you and Aussie Dave together as well, to do it in the flesh?
That would be great. We'll go head to head.
It would go head to head, a rematch as well. Thank you so much, Mr. Backwards in the States.
Thank you very much, and look forward to seeing you again soon.
Okay, thanks, Mr. Backwards in the States, and congratulations to Aussie Dave. What a tremendous performance. And the winner is Australia.
Oh, yeah, so I know what you tonight.
We're going to go check that out. Well done. Well done, mate. Dave, you're a master. Absolute master. By the way, the vote was about 99.9% to Aussie Dave.
Yeah. There was one person misspelling Dave with an idea.
You're on Triple J. It's a 19 to 5 on your Wednesday afternoon. Let's just hear that competition one more time. Get your hands off my juicy hamburger. We might go for Australian Dave first.
Okay. Get your hands off my juicy hamburger.
So get your hands off my juicy hamburger. American Dave, do you want to give it a go? Yeah, look, we have been getting a bit of stick from people saying, look, you know, backwards Dave does the words, whereas Aussie Dave does the whole sentence backwards.
Yeah, so which one's better?
Well, I know,
it's like it's like, oh, I've got a push bike or a brand new motor car.
Yeah.
Oh, they've both got wheels, you dickhead. They both do the same. Yeah, but you don't have to pedal on one of them.
The thing is, though, that I think quite rightly the votes have given us the right winner, because when you listen to those words backwards separately, they still don't make as much sense as our good old Aussie backwards
Exactly
Dave.
Right. I like the way that other radio stations were passing off a lesser backwards Dave and ads. Like, you know.
Sure. Go for it.
That's what I like about that whole situation.
Hey, coming up very soon.